Hey Taurus, this is Revan, otherwise known as Cosmic Alignment, and this is your weekly forecast for the week of January 7, 2019 to Sunday, January 13, 2019. In this forecast, I'm going to go ahead and go over the major planetary energies for the week, for the collective. And in the second part of this forecast, I'm going to contextualize it specifically for you, Taurus. Of course, if we were to have your natal chart, that would further break this down and personalize these aspects. However, having your sun sign or your rising or moon sign horoscope would give you a pretty good and accurate idea and feeling for how these energies will be impacting or will be available to you. So let's get into it. So this is the first part of this forecast. This week we see again a Capricorn stellium. We see Mercury, the logical mind, our thinking in Capricorn, very business oriented, very down to earth and grounded. Saturn, the sun, Pluto, South Node. We see what, 1, 2, 3, 4 planets. This is 40% of the cosmos. Let your intuition sit with that. Capricorn is the ambitious businessman that wants to get things done. Very practical, pragmatic, down to earth and centered. Very, very pragmatic. There's no idealism, no big grandiose ideology. There is what's practical and what's concrete. So this energy is still carrying us forward into this week. And it's interesting to note that this Friday, which is 1/11, by the way, we have a really eventful Friday, 1/11. First of all, I want to note that the sun, the spirit, the creative energy within the cosmos, the heartbeat, will be conjunct Pluto, the underworld, evolution, death, rebirth, and the underworld. This is signaling that there is an emphasis, a deep desire and emphasis on embodying our purpose, on seeking complete metamorphosis of self. And also, we are wanting to go ahead and actualize our purpose out in society in some type of sociological, cultural context, while we're being pushed and urged to embody our truth and our uniqueness in society, in our culture, and integrating our uniqueness into this matrix and transforming and evolving it, especially us Pluto, Scorpio generation. If you were born from November 1985 to November 1995, this is you, Pluto Scorpio generation is here to completely redo what it means to be a human working in this career in a cultural, sociological context. We're here to transmute Scorpio, the underworld, our ancestry, and our culture and society. We are the byproduct of what came before us, and we're here to transform it, transmute it for the next generation, which is you guys, Pluto Sag, you starseeds, channeling and downloading all that incredible wise information and knowledge. Well, we're prepping the world for you, Pluto Scorpio. So anyways, sorry I went on a little rant there, but this Pluto and Sun conjunction is really just a reflection of like this deep undertone of wanting evolution and transformation right now. This Capricorn stellium, this very down-to-earth pragmatic energy, and this Pluto Sun in Cap as well, Capricorn, landing the same week is correlated because all this energy has to do with the bottom line. It is as if we got to a point where we now realize that we're not going to move forward unless we use our own personal will to really take control of our lives and mold and create our destiny by the strength of our own will. Our purpose and destiny will not be actualized in itself. We have to put in effort, and at the same time, we're also learning the limitations of this purpose. While we are meant to do certain things, we also are meant to not do certain other things. We are becoming self-aware and becoming aware of our role within the collective. And this is the Capricorn energy and archetype, is finding our role, our function within the collective, thereby embodying and expressing our truth, and in a way being of service to the collective. The second major energy shift occurring this week is Venus entering Sagittarius on Monday, the 7th of January. So this energy, after Venus having gone after and through all that underworld, all that transmutation in terms of with the friends, the relationships, having to completely detox and purge, and then having gone through a beautiful trine with North Node Cancer and Chiron Pisces, has been uplifted, spiritualized, and lightened up. Now we see it move into Sagittarius. What does this reflect? A deep need to discover and actualize personal truth in the form of a guiding philosophy of life in order to have a core sense of meaning and purpose. There is a restlessness that seeks perpetual expansion. This is Sagittarius energy. So there's a commitment to your personal growth and development. This vibration makes you feel connected to the energies that are at play in the universe. Now, this Venus-Sag energy, it must evolve. To evolve, it must learn that your truth is your truth. You have your perspective and your own truth, and sometimes Sag can be a little dogmatic. So with this transit, it's important to remember that your truth is your truth, your own, and that everybody else has their own truth from their own perspective. So while there are a lot of other aspects, I will just mainly point those two major aspects that I feel characterize this week, which is one about getting real self-aware about what we're up to in this life and taking some actions accordingly. Hey Taurus, this is the second part of the forecast in which I contextualize the planetary energies as experienced from the perspective of you, Taurus. So what I see for you for this week is this Capricorn stellium is definitely your zone. It's your comfort zone. This pragmatic, down-to-earth, very grounded and centered approach and feel in the air is definitely right up your alley, because you are also one that wants to just deal with what's of priority and what's actually important and what actually matters. Now, the second thing that I see is this Venus moving into Sagittarius will also be impacting you, because Venus is your ruler. You crave that which you find beautiful, that which you find valuable. You find a high connection to that. In Sagittarius, there is a sense of going after your purpose. There is a restlessness for perpetual evolution. You feel a newfound commitment to your own growth, and you feel connected to the higher energies at play. So you are discovering a new philosophy and guiding principle and truth, and you want to embody that in your own value system, in your own relationships, and your own relationship with yourself. Now, the most important thing for you to remember is not to become too dogmatic about what you find to be valuable and what you find to be worth spending your energy and time on. Everybody has their own personal truth, and this is something that Sagittarius teaches Venus, is that, you know, to embrace its polarity, Gemini, that everybody has their own perspective, everybody has their own truth, so we cannot be dogmatic and impose our truth upon another. We are to listen to another from their own perspective, as in their reality is just as real as our own. This was the evolutionary lesson of this Venus and Sag energy, which is more important and contextualized for you, Taurus, because values, beauty, what gives you this harmonious sense and joy and pleasure is reflected by Venus. Venus and Sag is reflecting this longing for perpetual growth and evolution. Now on Friday the 11th of January, when the Sun conjuncts Pluto in Capricorn, look at where this lands in your own chart, because this can be an area where there's a lot of opportunity for you to capitalize on these ambitions signified by this placement. Whatever house this conjunction, the 20th of Capricorn, might be for you, is an area where you might want to start putting some things at play and following your ambition. Even though you might be a little bit more slow-moving, Taurus, you might want to find a business partner that can be the executor while you be the strategist and more the back end, which I feel is more your forte. This was your weekly forecast for the week of January 7 to the 13th of 2019. If you enjoyed, please go ahead and like it. If you would like these notifications of these weekly forecasts as I publish them, go ahead and subscribe. I hope you have a great fucking week, Taurus. Peace out.